agenda is the SAP Signavio integration and the data analytics by using the SAP Signavio, specifically focus on process intelligence and the insights, and then process manager, where we will be doing a small exercise of process modeling, as well as the process analysis with the help of the process intelligence. So our major goal is to understand how we can connect SAP Signavio to your ERP systems like ECC, S4HANA, or any other CRM platforms like ServiceNow or SuccessFactors. So we'll explore how process intelligence tools drive optimization and provide an overview of the process insights of the respective process used within these modules or the tools. So this would be our agenda. And under module 3, we'll connecting SAP Signavio to the ERP systems, and we'll be covering the step-by-step integration process, and then we will be deep downing into the intelligence integration demonstration. And then we'll also be analyzing the data with the help of the intelligence. And the last part, the signal. Signal is nothing but a short name of the Signavio analytical language. We will be just reviewing the few major points about the signal language. If you wanted to learn the signal into deep, you can go to the SAP help documentation in this SAP Signavio Process Intelligence, where you will be getting the complete guide of the Signavio analytical language. Okay, the connection part of SAP Signavio with any other ERP system is very smooth. So it covers 5 major steps. One is identifying the source system, which we have to connect with our SAP Signavio. So as of now, we are having different modules in Signavio, which has the ability to connect with the other systems, like Process Insights is the one. Second is the process intelligence. Third is the process manager, which can only connect with the Signavio solution manager and the cloud ALM. And the fourth is the Signavio process governance, which can only connect with the Signavio process manager as well, also with the solution manager. After identifying which system we have to connect, we have to establish the connectivity by just providing the credentials. But after adding the credentials, there would be a data governance and the security part, which generally the infra team or the security team takes care for an organization. And it can be the internal team within the organization or the external team, if security and data governance is owned by a third party. So let's move to the integration part. I will show you a demonstration how we can do that. Yeah, please.
I did the step 1 and step 2 also taken care by basis team, or
no, it is not taken care by the basis team. First, you have to understand what kind of data intelligence or data analysis you have to do. If you have to do the data intelligence on your HR processes, then you have to identify where your HR processes are deployed, either in the SuccessFactors or in the SAP ECC. Once or any other solution or any other third-party solution. If you have identified what is your source system, then you can see what are the connectors available within the SAP Signavio. And if not, then what could be the mode of integration you will be using. I will show you what are the different connectors available within the SAP Signavio Process Insights and the Intelligence.
Okay.
So if you can see here, this is the list of systems which can be connected with the Signavio Process Insights. SAP CRM, Ariba, ECC, S4HANA, EWM, SRM, and the transportation management. These are the systems have the option to connect with the Signavio Process Insights. Signavio Process Insights can only connect with these systems, not with any other system. This is the limitation with the Signavio Process Insights.
That means only within SAP.
Signavio Process.
Outside.
Correct. Signavio Process Insights only connect with these systems as of now. SAP is continuously developing the connectors, and they will be added in the future. So upcoming release is pending for the Q4 2024. So by the Q4 2024, we'll be having few more connectors available for the Signavio Process Insights. But when it comes to the process intelligence, there is a long list of connectors we have. Let me share my screen. Okay. When it comes to Signavio,
connection to the system or connection to the component, because there is embedded EWM, embedded TM in S4HANA, right?
Yeah, correct.
So if you say S4HANA, that includes embedded EWM and TM both, or you have to connect separately?
It will connect separately.
Okay, okay.
But when it comes to the Signavio Process Intelligence, it has a very good list of the ready to available connectors. First itself, it can connect with the SAP Signavio Process Insights in the SAP Signavio environment. Then we have a list of the enterprise system. It can we can establish a remote function call with the SAP systems, which we used to call in the short as a SAP RFC connection. It can also connect with the S4HANA CDS views. We have success factors in place, ServiceNow and Jira in the enterprise systems list. But when it comes to the cloud storage, we have a connector to AWS, Athena, and S3 both. Google BigQuery, Snowflake, as well as SAP DataSphere and Azure Data Lake storage. SAP DataSphere here will help you in many ways because in the enterprise system S4 CDS HANA views, this is only applicable for the public cloud, not for the private cloud. If you have to connect with the CDS views of S4 HANA private cloud, you have to choose the SAP DataSphere, where all of your CDS views will get, you have to replicate in the DataSphere, and then you have to connect with the DataSphere to get the information. The fourth part is a databases. It can connect with the SAP HANA database, MySQL, PostgreSQL, and MongoDB. And there are certain other options we have is a manual upload in the form of the CSV files. If we have the CSV files, we can zip it and then upload it to the Signavio. As we have the Elasticsearch, OData, ingestion APIs, as well as the SQL Server connections available. So this is the list of all the systems which we can connect with the SAP Signavio Process Insights and the Process Intelligence. Apart from this, there would be one integration is about to come with the Cloud ALM, which will be released in the month of December this year. I hope this answers your question.
Yeah, so just wanted to check with you, like how many releases Signavio has per year?
Currently, we are on 18th version of Signavio, 18th, and there are multiple releases happened. Every year, we received a release every month. Generally 12 release they plant. If there is any big release, they will inform you in advance. There is a roadmap available for the SAP Signavio on the SAP roadmap site, which you can directly explore from your end. You will be able to see what are the upcoming releases they have planned for this year and the upcoming 2 quarters in the next year.
Okay. And like if I already have my business processes in Addis, can I upload them? Like, is there any integration between Addis and this? If I can,
not a direct integration, but Signavio do support the RS process models. When there are two ways of doing it, either you can export them into a BPML compliant XML files, or you can directly extract them into the RS archive file. Signavio Process Manager allows you to upload or use those files as an input to move your process model into Signavio. Okay. For that, let me show you the Signavio Process Manager, because We have not covered it yet, and we have to also cover that.
And are there any cases like where I do not use process insight and process intelligence and I directly jump onto process manager? Suppose in case like I have.
No, it's not like that.
Okay, so the first step should be like suppose if I'm not SAP client, I'm just moving to SAP, and so
Okay.
then still I have to go through the process insights.
No, it's up to you. What is your objective? And based upon your objective, you can define your roadmap. What modules you wanted to use. If your objective is just the business process management, not the analytics, then process manager collaboration app could be sufficient for you along with the process governance. If you wanted to improve your processes by using the analytics part of the Signavio, then you have to go with the process insights and the intelligence as well.
Okay.
Okay, so the answer is totally based upon your objective, what you wanted to achieve in the end. So when you go to Signavio Process Manager, we have an option to import Signavio archives as well as the RS markup language files. Okay. We can import your archive process models by choosing this option. Once we will gonna choose this option, you will be having an option to upload the file into Signavio, and that file transformed into a BPML model. Okay, so you have a very easiest way to move your BPMN process from RS to Signavio or vice versa.
Okay. Rohit, yes. In that case, to open the BPMN, it should have that software installed in our system. But for Signavio, is it just easily downloadable and
no, Signavio is a web-based language. It is not downloadable. They have stopped the on-prem version in 2018. Mm-hmm. So Signavio is only available on cloud, where you don't have to download anything in your local system to perform this exercise. You can directly do this exercise over the web.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the different ways to perform the integration or connect with the other systems. And this is very easy. I can give you an example. If you wanted to connect with the SAP Signavio Process Insights, we can choose a new connection, name the connection, and then set up the logics or set up the tables. Okay. You can provide your credentials. You can add the credentials here of your auth client, the client secret, service root ID, URL token, or target currency. Target currency should be the currency which you are using in your SAP system.
So for this, I should know all the tables upfront, right?
This connector which I have created is only for the Signavio Process Insights, not for the S4HANA. If I have to create, I can create a S4HANA connection from here. And now you can put the service username and password, because Signavio, to connect the Signavio, first you have to create a service user in your SAP system, whether it's an ECC or HANA.
Okay.
It will not connect with your system or the dialog user.
Okay.
Okay. Then you're going to provide the host address of your system, serial number. How, if you have the multiple instances, you can quality, production, sandbox, or development. You can choose whichever you wanted to connect. You can provide the client ID and the list of tables from here. You can just add the number of tables. T001, 002, VBAK, VBAP, EKKO, EKPO. But yes, you have to know about the tables. What are the different tables you have to fetch?
So
Okay.
one quick question. Except for Signavio Process Insights, are setting up a connection, but that's connection with what?
This connection with the Signavio Process Insights tenant. Process Insights tenant is only the Signavio Process Insights can only set up with the help of the SAP BTP. Okay. Once you will gonna set up the account, you will be connecting with your SAP system. Okay. Once your Process Insights is live, then you can create a service key for your SAP Signavio Process Insights sub account. And in the that service key, you will be having all those information. Or client secret ID, client secret.
So for process intelligence,
you
don't have to have process insights.
It is not mandatory. Okay. You have to understand two things. Signavio Process Insights is just a viewer which can connect with your ECC system and extract the data from your SAP system for a specific duration based upon the predefined 398 process performance indicators, which we explored. Okay. This is the function of Process Insights. It will gonna collect the data for a specific period, and there is certain frequency of every process performance indicators. Some of them are extracted on a daily basis. Some of them are extracted on a monthly and a weekly basis or a fortnightly basis. If the system has to collect the information of record to report, then the extraction of the respective PPIs will be on a fortnightly basis, not on a daily basis, because record to report is something which is not getting repeated every day. Monthly closing happens once or twice in a month. So the frequency of that particular PPI is fortnightly, not daily.
So the assumption here is, since the process is not changing that frequently, you don't need to extract it that frequently.
Yes, correct. And that is defined by the SAP itself. We cannot change the frequency of the data extraction in the Signavio Process Insights, the first module of Signavio. And it collects the information from your SAP instance and then build your processes based upon the predefined logic in the PPIs. And you will be able to see the process movement, how your cases are moving from one business object to another business object. Let me open the insights for now. Here we have connected with the system. Remember? And here we have all the 398 process performance indicators. And all these process performance indicators have their frequency when they are getting collected. Some of them are collected on a weekly, some of them are collected on a monthly basis. We cannot change any frequency. We can just only activate or deactivate the respective performance indicators.
Hey, you know, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
Got it?
What is object count means?
Object count, that means how many number of cases are available for the respective PPI, Process Performance Indicator.
So just take an example. Automation rate, supplier invoice, cleaning, right?
Clearing. Yeah, that means my supplier invoices count is 3263 and automation rate is getting measured on these 3263 invoices, supplier invoices.
So that's
that means number of records.
Number of records.
Okay.
But we use a term called cases when we are going to analyze the processes. So here you can call them as a record. But the common terminology we would be using in the process insights and intelligence is case.
So the language here is process insights are extracted from various sources within SAP 397 whatever, right?
398, yeah.
So in each of these 397 processes, there can be varying number of records representing right? So, and it will extract all these documents, right?
Yeah, all this information for a specific duration. From the day you will gonna integrate this with your system, from that day the extraction will gonna start happening. It will not collect the previous data. This is the limitation with the process insights. And you won't be able to make any change in the process from here. This is just a viewer version where you can see the performance of your processes of SAP system. It will also give the correction recommendation and the master data correction points. Okay. And the next part is the Signavio Process Intelligence, where you will be having the leverage to connect with the multiple systems at once.
Including non-SAP.
It can connect it, including non-SAP systems. Even if the system is not listed within this list and you have the database data information available of that system, you can move that information to the AWS, Snowflake, data warehouse, DataSphere, MySQL, and then you can connect with that system.
So you're saying for process intelligence, you don't need process insights?
Yeah, it is not mandatory.
Then why do we extract process insights?
Because if you have to go with the S4 transformation, you need the complete information of your all the process performance indicators. What are the transactions? What are their qualitative performance? You need that information. By doing the process, if you will not going with the process insights integration, you have to connect your process intelligence directly with the SAP ECC or S4HANA. In that way, you will be individually extracting the tables and then you will be doing the data modeling just to reduce the workaround time and the complexity involved in the data modeling part. They have introduced a connection with the SAP Signavio Process Insights, where you don't have to go with the struggle of data modeling. You will be having a plug and gain option where you can directly plug with the Signavio Process Insights, collect the information of the processes, and then visualize that information and build your matrices or the dashboard so that you can utilize that information to build your roadmap for your S4 transformation or process improvement.
So what do I then gain by extracting process insights, and what is the action item as a consultant or a user?
Okay, after connecting with the process insights, you will be getting the complete view of your SAP processes SAP end-to-end processes: lead to cash, finance, governance, plan to fulfill, source to pay, acquire to decommission, recruit, retire, or idea to market. In our workspace, we don't have idea to market, recruit to retire processes. Okay, so we have analyzed our processes. So when it comes to the lead to cash, we have collected the information, all the respective process under lead to cash as well as their performances. So let's take an example of one process from here, invoice to cash. Here we have a process. The one part we can directly go see the process. What is the process which we have defined for the cash collection process? Once we issue the customer invoice, there are multiple ways to create invoice. One is by FP01, FP70, FPD5, or by any custom transaction via the interface, or just parking the invoice, or FPR2, or others, or the other means. This is the process model we have defined. Okay. After connecting with the system or with the process insights, we can generate the process execution analysis for the respective process, for the number of records or the cases, how my process is executing in my real world. I hope you are able to see my screen. This is a bit hazy. This is when I have 21.6 thousand cases, and my 21.6 thousand cases are executed in a different way, different ways. Now you can see how many number of process variants I am having. After I'm receiving 21.6 thousand invoices, and how we are creating by FP05, we are creating 8.2 thousand cases. By other means, we are creating approximately 4,000 cases. And by the manual payments, we are creating 1.3 thousand. Oh, we are processing 1.3 thousand cases. If I will gonna put this on a full, I will be able to see how many number of process variants I'm having in my system and what is their utilization.
So this compares against the standard process that you defined.
Yes, this will gonna compare with against a standard process I have defined. Also, it will gonna show me the process execution analysis, how my processes are getting executed. If you can see here, the thicker the path, the more number of cases are flowing. My invoice creation is majorly by other means or by FP70. Okay, but my most of the payment run or clearing is done by FP05. So this way I can define my scope for my S4 implementation. Okay.
So when you define this process, you find it on a blue sky approach. That means the world universe was created. This is my process, right? That's how you defined it.
Yeah.
And then in reality, something else happened, right?
Yeah, something else is happening. We have identified what are the different types of scenarios we are having deployed in my system. What are the different number of ways we are having to create the invoice, and what are different ways to clearing the invoice. And based upon this, we have run this exercise for one of our company, and then we realized in one of my company, this is the behavior of my process. And if I have to go with the S4 implementation, whether it's a green field or a brown field, this will help me to draft my scope. This is just one part of it. But also I will be having the complete transaction code analysis for this particular process. Not only with this, but all the processes which can be extracted with the help of the Signavio process insights. Total scope is 127 process, which will gonna cover all of your end-to-end processes, as well as those 127 processes will be having their sub-processes.
So is it the same thing that you referred to when you said there are a lot of contributors of this process? That's where the process maps are created, right?
Yes.
Either you create from scratch or some publisher has published those processes, including SAP, right?
No, those accelerators are different. Okay. Plug and gain is one of them, but there are different ways of doing it. One is with the process insights, and other way is just by connecting directly with the ECC, where you have to extract the data for 1 year, 2 year. You have to define the logics for your tables, and then you have to build the data model, which require the extensive SQL understanding and the coding as well. I will also show you that one. Okay.
Well, the best practice would be that I run first this process inside and then define my business process, right?
Yeah.
Instead of designing the business process and then doing this analysis.
You can also utilize best practices to define your to-be process. Best practices available from SAP within the Signavio Process Explorer. You can use those best practices in your fit to standard workshop in your S4 implementation, or whether it's a greenfield or brownfield, you will be having fit to standard workshop in both of the cases. You can utilize those best practices along with your as-is process to define your to-be process.
Okay.
Or the future state, which you would be implementing in your S4.
Okay, and they all are under one license, right? Like for process.
Yes.
Okay, then it's good.
Process Explorer is free for everyone, but to access that, you should have your super user or B user ID. Okay. And to access Process Explorer, it is not mandatory to have the Signavio access.
Yes, that's the point. In HANA itself, I guess they provide the Explorer.
Yeah, there are two things. One is the Signavio Process Navigator, and other one is the Signavio Process Explorer. Signavio Process Navigator will be available everyone who is having the SAP account. me.sap.com is the URL from where you can go to the Signavio Process Navigator and see all are the best practices available for the different systems of SAP. Not only restricted to SAP S/4HANA, but for all the system of SAP, whether it's a EWM, BWM, or success factors, BTP, or any other system. Let me push that link to every one of you.
So from there, not all the process can be used in Signavio.
Can you repeat?
From the process where you said me.sap.com.
Me.sap.com is the support portal of the SAP, from where you will be able to access the Signavio Process Navigator, from where you can find the configuration guide or the implementation guide for your respective processes. From this place, you can access all the best practice processes along with the configuration guide, implementation guide, what are the roles you need to set. So here we have the SAP Signavio Process Navigator. It will take a bit of time to load. So,
and here, if you see, there is a solution scenarios 47 and solution process.
4,237 solution process for the 47 solution scenarios.
Okay.
By clicking here, you will be also able to find the complete enterprise management layer for the SAP S/4HANA. This SAP S/4HANA enterprise management layer covers a complete scope of the S/4HANA implementation for all the geographies across the globe. Also, the best practices for the different areas: public cloud, private cloud, federal sector, public sector. Okay, employee center payroll, onboarding, learning. So here we have all the scenarios. So if you will be going to lead to cache, in the lead to cache, you're gonna see the subset of it. And here you'll be having all the lead to cache configuration, processes, and the journeys. But if you wanted to drill down into specific, you will be getting the process flow that specific lead to cache for the cloud deployment. You'll be having the process flow from here, as well as the solution value flow. And in the accelerators tab, you will be having all the components. Lead to cache process. If you need any licensing, then you will be having that information here available as well.
So someone created this business partner creation diagram. Is this flow?
Yes. SAP itself created these flows, or they have created based upon the feedback which they have received from their customers.
Okay.
So for that, generally they all the few of the customers who are agreed to share that information with the SAP, they have signed a contract with the SAP, and then SAP collected information for their processes, not of their data, only the process information which they have collected. Based upon that, they have defined the best practices for the different types of companies, whether it's a retail, wholesale, supply chain, telecom, manufacturing, any other domain. I'll also gonna showcase what are the different types of industries we have. Let me just log out from here in the connection code analysis. Okay, so we were here. So we will be having the complete information of the transaction, their usage, their cycle time. Even when we are using one particular transaction, what is the cycle time compared to the cycle time of by using the other transaction? In the invoice issuing, clearing, we'll be having the complete information. And this is the result of the plug and gain approach by using the Signavio process insights as well as the intelligence. And by this way, we can define our improvement opportunities or the to-be state of the process which we should be implementing in our S4.
And this for brownfield.
Whether it's a brownfield or greenfield, in both of the way you can utilize it.
But in greenfield, it's starting from scratch, right?
Yeah. At the end, you will be doing the fit to standard workshop where you will be assessing what are the different ways of clearing or creating you have to implement.
So what is the what is the difference between fit to standard and fit gap? Is it same?
These are the different name of the same kind of workshops. Fit gap analysis. First, we do the fit gap analysis in the fit to standard workshops.
Okay.
To go with the fit to standard workshop, first we have to do the fit gap analysis, if there is any.
Okay.
In greenfield, we generally don't do fit gap analysis because we are going to do with the clean core implementation, and we will be doing the you'll be using the best practices in our fit to standard workshop. But in the brownfield, we'll be doing the fit gap analysis. Then we'll be running the fit to standard workshops. Is that answers the question?
Yes.
Okay, so from here, we can have the process analysis, transaction code analysis, as well as the complete quantity structure of process, where we'll be having the information of their throughput, process variant, what are the number of process variants, their performances, what is the completion score, and etc. These are the n number of matrices defined within the plug and gain approach. And all these matrices will get created automatically when you will be connecting with the process insights. If you will gonna connect with your ECC system directly, then you have to create all these manually, or you have to use the available accelerators to build these matrices or these dashboards. Otherwise, this would be the manual exercise which should be done with the help of the business process analyst or the business process manager within the organization. Okay, so we have covered Navigator. Now I'm going back to the Process Explorer for now. Allow me a moment.
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
Okay, this was the Process Explorer you're looking at. So there are few areas from the quick start. You will be able to get the points from which you can quick start. It will gonna help you to familiarize with the Process Explorer with all the features. And in the strategic objectives, you can explore, but still this is under development. You won't be able to get much information under this. As of now, what is available is process explorer, which we can explore. I hope you can see the complete industry overview on the screen. So from here, you can see what are the different types of industries we have available. And under these, we have the value chains available for these kind of industries. So we can explore automotive, industrial manufacturing, high-tech, banking, insurance, etc., etc. So once you will gonna choose the industry, on the right side of the pane, you will be able to see the option to look into the end-to-end process for the respective industry as well as a capability map. Capability map is for the one who are familiar with the enterprise architecture. If you are not, then it would be better if you can directly explore the end-to-end processes from here. And in the end-to-end process, now all the value chains or the value streams and the underlying business capabilities are automatically changed for the respective kind of industry. Now we have explored media, so all the lead to cash processes will get changed to the media industry. So you can explore the industry specific processes from level 1 to level 3 by going to the industry. Even for industrial manufacturing, you can have end-to-end process, capability map, and the scenario group. You can explore further from here, and then you can again drill down into the respective process, whether it's a plan to fulfill, for engineering, material to stock, make to stock, different kinds of process variants for the plan to fulfill. You can drill down from here. Then you will be having the further level 2 for material to stock, recycling, and then you can drill down into the next level as well.